Good morning, guys. So, yesterday we were learning about the two different methods of studying the Bible, which are hermeneutics and exegesis, right? And we saw that it is very important that we are not taking the verses out of context, and we need to be able to look at the history, what, where, and when, to be able to understand what the author is writing and why he's saying what he is saying. So, in continuation of that, we're going to be looking at God's creation today in Genesis 1. And as you know, the creation happened in certain order. So, there are many different ways in which the Bible's accounts on creation happened, right? But the lesson today will focus on the orderliness of creation. God created deliberately by speaking and calling the creation into being. And we'll also be emphasizing on the repetition of the creation story. And we'll hear phrases such as, "and God said," "and it was good." And this serves to emphasize God's perfect work in his creation. And these phrases make it clear that one true God is not the same as the gods in the other nations that other nations serve. That God is the one and only and true God. So this lesson will conclude with two options. In the first, you're going to be asked to find verses that talk about the creation in other books, and you'll have to learn how to use your concordances for that, okay? And then we'll also be discussing what you think about the creation. So for the highlight of this class, I hope that you take on that God is infinite. He had merely to speak and creation happened. It came to being. God's creation was orderly, not random. And God created man in his own image and gave him the responsibility of caring for creation. The creation story in the Bible is distinct, and it emphasizes on one true God. So, just to go back on orderliness, I'd like you to think of this. What would happen if a fifth grader would just automatically go into 12th grade? What would happen? What would he be able to survive with 19-year-olds and having skipped all those years? So, as you can see, we have a reason for these, for order in our life, and a reason that God created the earth in a certain order. So that's what we're going to be looking at today.